morning. Welcome to day 26. It is Friday. Yay. And it's gonna be a busier Friday than usual. Usually I work at home on Fridays and I don't leave unless I run an errand or something. But today I have a workshop I'm attending, a teaching workshop. So I'm looking forward to that. It's specifically for professional writing, which is the class that I teach. It should be interesting. So I am just getting myself ready. So I did a get unready with me a while ago and walked you through my evening skincare, but I said in that video that I would do my morning skincare in another video, and then someone in the comments very kindly mentioned that she was waiting to see that. So I thought I would do that today. Last night I did a full double cleanse because I was wearing makeup. So on nights that I do a full double cleanse like that, I don't typically do a full wash the next day. If I were going to wash my face with a cleanser, I would use, in the morning, I usually use my Eminence Mangosteen Daily Resurfacing Cleanser. I really do love this. If my skin is acting up, like it kind of is right now, I would use my Clear Skin Probiotic Cleanser by Eminence. But this is usually my morning one. And some mornings, even if I've done a full cleanse the night before, I'll still do it. But on mornings like this when I just can't be bothered, I'm just feeling a little bit lazy, I use my Rice Milk 3-in-1 Cleansing Water. This is also by Eminence. What I love about this is you don't use it straight from the bottle. You dilute it. So I fill this bottle, I think this is a 3-ounce bottle. I fill it about 1/3 of the way. So 1 part this, 2 parts water, and mix it up and it's good to go. So this one bottle will typically, this is a 4.2 fluid ounce bottle. This will usually give me at least 4 bottles of this. I don't measure it perfectly, so sometimes it gives me a little bit more. I feel like this is probably the 3rd bottle I've done, and I probably can get two more bottles out of this. So love this. It smells like I wish we had smell-o-vision because it smells amazing. So I just put this onto a little facial pad. I just put 1 full dropper full of the rice milk cleanser, and then usually like half of a second dropper, and then I just wipe this all over my face. And it's perfectly good at removing any oil that built up overnight, which is really all I'm trying to cleanse off my skin because I removed all of my makeup last night, so like there's nothing else to really worry about. So that's my face kind of cleansed. I am out of my Clear Skin Willow Bark Serum by Eminence. That would usually be used at this point, but instead I'm going to go straight in with my Facial Recovery Oil by Eminence. This is, I call it Liquid Gold. I'm going to use 2 drops. This is my almost empty bottle. I still got the fresh bottle out in the other room. So I just kind of tap that onto all of my fingertips and then press it onto the skin all the way around. And then I start massaging it in. And I make sure to get this over any blemish, because not only have I found that it does help clear up my skin, but if I use it over an active breakout, it just helps reduce residual scarring and pigmentation, hyperpigmentation. So after the facial recovery oil, I then use the Eminence Strawberry Rhubarb Hyaluronic Serum. If I'm using my Clear Skin Serum, I won't always use this every single morning, just if I feel like I need it. I will use it if my skin is breaking out regularly, so I'm using it right now. If my skin is doing really good, I will sometimes alternate between the Clear Skin Serum and this, because there are some ingredients in both that kind of overlap. This has a bit of honey, which is a good antibacterial and helps with keeping my skin clear and happy, and it smells divine. It smells like strawberries because they actually put strawberry puree in it. It's not just like artificial strawberry, it's real strawberry. So it just smells so good. And so this just really helps hydrate my skin. I found that as I get older, keeping my skin well hydrated is like super important. Then while that kind of soaks in a little bit, I do my eye cream. My favorite eye cream is by Eminence. It's the Hibiscus Ultra Lift Eye Cream. I think I've still got a little bit in here, but I have been rationing it because it's very expensive and I can't afford to replace it. So I need to use it up and just use it up, but I'm not going to use it today. But the main one I've been using is a sample that I got earlier in the summer, and it's by Algenist. It's the Complete Eye Renewal Balm. I really like this. It's good too. The Algenist one is very hydrating. It's not too heavy, so it feels really good. But I find that I do tend to use more of the Algenist one than I do of my Eminence one. All of the Eminence products, you just don't need a lot. A little goes a very, 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 very long way. So with all of my Eminence products, I've just kind of trained myself to do 1 drop or half a pump. So that's the eye cream. And then for my moisturizer, I think today I'm going to use my Boscia Subaki Swirl 2-part gel and cream deep hydration moisturizer. So I do have a full-size box of this, or bottle of this. There's a jar inside. So this is what the full size looks like, which is really cool. Really fallen in love with this. I got this sample in the same favorites kit from Sephora that this one came in. So I've been using this for most of the summer, but then when Tamsin and I were at TJ Maxx one day, I found this for $14. I think this full size usually retails for like $24 or $30, so definitely got a good deal on that. But I like it because the mix of the gel and the cream, it's very hydrating. Boscia I've found is very similar to Eminence in that a little goes a long way. You don't need a lot, which is really nice. So I just put about a pea-size amount on. I'm gonna massage that onto my skin. This has a kind of matte finish, not like a super dry looking matte, but just, I don't look like I've just rubbed a ton of moisturizer on my face. Usually when you put on moisturizer, it leaves your skin looking just a little bit shiny, and this doesn't do that. It looks like skin. So I really do like that moisturizer. So that's kind of my morning. I will sometimes also use my Sephora Collection Honey Lip Scrub. It's at the stage where it's very scrubby right now, but also still remarkably hydrating. So I will scrub that on and just kind of leave that while I put my makeup on, and then I'll just kind of wipe off the scrubby sugary bits, and then it still leaves a bit of hydration. So while I go through the process of putting on my makeup, that kind of balm underneath the scrub just kind of soaks into my lips, and then I'm ready for whatever lipstick I choose to wear. I think we're just gonna make this a complete get ready with me. I'm gonna do my makeup now. Like I said, on my way to campus soon. I'm gonna keep my makeup fairly simple though. I've got that workshop, which I'm looking forward to. It's kind of nice to now have a bit of time for professional development, because I'm not used to that. Then I'm bringing my laptop with me because I then have a ton of drafts that need to be reviewed, and I really don't want to work over the weekend if I can avoid it. Although I'm probably going to have to do some work tomorrow because I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all of the drafts. We'll see. I did a little bit of work this morning, but not, like, I didn't get through as many as I wanted, so I still have a lot. The life of a teacher. I'm struggling to figure out a new hashtag. Like, hashtag PhD life became such a part of my life. And now I feel like, you know, I do sometimes use hashtag post-PhD life, but I feel like the community for that isn't quite the same. And I don't know if it's just because PhD life, at least to my knowledge, seems like a fairly new hashtag. Like, I've been on Instagram throughout most of my PhD, and it really wasn't until the last few years that I really noticed a community growing on Instagram and Twitter. I think it had been there for a while, but I think it was a little bit more under the radar. And so I really loved being part of the hashtag PhD life community. And now that I'm graduated, it's not that I can't still use it, but I don't feel like I'm posting about the same things as other people using that hashtag. I plan on doing a whole separate sit-down video on, like, the identity crisis that sinks in once you're several months post-PhD, but the whole hashtag aspect of it and like the online community part of it, I kind of feel like I'm now an elder member or something of the PhD life community, because like I'm now on the other side of it, and like that's fine, and I'm thrilled that I can help give advice and share tips and things that I learned and things I wish I knew and all of that. But I'm also struggling to find people who are at the stage that I currently am at. So other first year faculty, particularly first year faculty who are not on the tenure track, who are instructors or lecturers, but are, you know, to a certain extent, I am contingent faculty. I'm not contingent in that I'm part-time. I'm not contingent faculty in the same way I was when I was an adjunct instructor, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But I am on a renewable contract, and it could be not renewed at any year, you know, in the future for a variety of reasons. I'm not so much worried about my performance. Like, I feel like I am a good teacher. Like, I'm not worried about not passing my annual performance review, although I am worried about having to put the whole file together because it just sounds daunting. But, you know, it's also if enrollment drops or if there are budget cuts. You know, there's a variety of things that could lead to someone's contract not being renewed. Everyone in my office is telling me, like, don't worry about that, and, you know, that won't be a problem. So I'm not worried about it, but it is still, I'm in a different position than someone who is a first year faculty who was hired tenure track assistant professor and is working with grad students and has a percentage of their contract that's connected to research and to service. So like, it's just two different things. And so I have friends in my office, obviously, thank God, but I haven't really found a lot of those people online. Some of my online PhD life friends are also, you know, carrying a 5.5 or a 4.4 load, so like we can relate to that, but they're still doing their PhD work. And I think like that's something else that's different. If you're doing a 5.5 load, but you're still finishing your dissertation, that's also a very different experience than what I'm going through as someone teaching 5.5, but not balancing something else. I don't know, I feel like life just gets a lot more complicated when you're out of your PhD, because like I have friends who teach a 5.5 load at my university, but then they teach an extra class or two or more at some of the other schools. And so like, it's not as structured as the PhD sometimes felt like, where most of us have our dissertation or coursework and we have our teaching assignment, and then that's kind of it. Maybe we pick up an extra job as a tutor or teaching as an adjunct instructor at another campus, but it is a little bit more streamlined and more simplified. So I don't know. I feel like I need to investigate the hashtags a bit more, but I feel like teacher, hashtag teacher life. When I think of teacher, even though I call myself a teacher, like if someone asks, what do you do? Oh, I'm a teacher. The next question to that is usually, oh, what grade do you teach? Because we equate teacher with primary and secondary school. But instructor often pops up with like flight instructor or technology instructor, like something not like what I do. Something either in the trades or in the sciences, but not in the humanities. Maybe there's a different hashtag that I should be following. I don't know. If there is, let me know, because I want in on that. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm having a bit of an identity crisis, and I'm used to having people online to turn to for help and solidarity. And it's not that I'm not still getting that from the hashtag PhD life community, because I absolutely am, and I am so beyond grateful for that. But it's just not quite. I just wonder if there was like, I also partly wonder if there is no hashtag uniting contingent faculty, whether they're full-time instructors or adjunct instructors, but just people who aren't tenure track? Is it because we're so overworked we don't have time for social media? Like, that's what I'm wondering right now, because I'm someone who will make time for social media because it's been so helpful to me, and I'm not being hyperbolic or over dramatic when I say I would not have gotten through the last 2 years of my PhD if not for all of you who watch my YouTube videos and follow me on Instagram and read my blog, my poor neglected blog. That's a whole other topic. So, like, I need social media. Not in a way that, like, I'm obsessing over it, but just I need the support that you guys give me. And I'm feeling like maybe I'm missing out on another segment of the community that is more specifically connected to what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So if you know of any hashtags specifically for university instructors teaching a 5-5 load, let me know. Do I want to do lashes? I've got time. I think I might do lashes. Since I'm wearing my contacts, I'm gonna do the Fleur Loves ones. But yeah, it's just a little bit frustrating because I just feel like I've been kind of set adrift. The freelance stuff isn't going quite how I thought it would because the teaching stuff has really kept me busy. But also my anxiety and depression has gotten worse, partly because I've been out of therapy since August, and so I've had no support because I've had to switch my insurance, and then I just haven't gotten around to, my therapist was no longer covered under my new insurance, and so I need to find a new therapist, and that's been a challenge. So I just kind of a bit adrift, which is not a fun feeling at all. So anyway, enough talking about that. I'm just gonna pop this last eyelash on. I'm finally getting to use the new Sephora collection lash glue that I bought ages ago to replace my House of Lashes, so we'll see how it does today. So after the workshop, I'm going to kill some time in my office grading or reviewing drafts. That will probably be it because I don't think I'll finish that early enough to spend any more time doing anything else. And then at 4, my friend Kenny is defending his dissertation. So I won't be able to film that for obvious reasons, because it's his defense, not mine. But I will take you along with me to the office and vlog anything that I can vlog. But the rest of the vlog might just be clips of the rest of the day, because I've certainly talked enough. But yeah, I'm not sure what we'll do afterwards. I don't know if he's going out, if like a group of people are going to go out like we did after my defense, or if I'm just going to come home. If I just come home, I'm probably going to stop for Chipotle. I hope you enjoyed this bit of chatty get ready with me and my morning skincare routine. Let me know what your favorite products in the morning are. I'm going to finish getting ready and get to campus, and I will catch up with you guys later.